Welcome, leaders. I'm Paulette Sterling, leadership strategist, executive coach, and a proud daughter of the Caribbean. My mission is simple: to help Caribbean and diaspora leaders influence with integrity and lead with soul. If you're here, it's because you know you are called to lead. You know you carry brilliance, resilience, and a voice shaped by culture, history, and identity. But you also know that leadership, especially Caribbean leadership, comes with its own emotional patterns, communication habits, and cultural expectations. Today, we're diving into one of the most misunderstood leadership skills in our region: emotional intelligence, EQ. And I'm going to show you why mastering EQ is the difference between being heard and being followed. So let's talk about something we rarely say out loud. Many of us were raised in environments where emotions were not welcomed, they were managed, where tone was not discussed, it was inherited, where leadership meant strength, command, and control. We grew up hearing, "Fix your face, stop the noise, don't answer back, you're too sensitive, tone down, don't make nobody feel like them can walk over you." So we learn to lead with authority, but not always with awareness. We learn to speak with urgency, but not always with emotional clarity. We learn to communicate with intensity, but not always with intention. And then we migrate to the United States, Canada, the UK, or somewhere else in the Western world. And suddenly the same tone that meant "I'm being clear" back home now means "you're aggressive, you're unapproachable, you're difficult, you're intimidating." And that's where many Caribbean leaders lose influence. Not because we lack brilliance, but because our tone is being misinterpreted in multicultural spaces. This is the silent leadership barrier nobody warned us about. So here is the identity shift. Emotional intelligence is not softness, it is strategic strength. It is the ability to understand yourself, manage yourself, and lead others with clarity and compassion. Caribbean leaders don't need to become less strong. We need to become more self aware. Because when we understand our emotional patterns, we stop reacting from our past and start leading from purpose. Emotional intelligence is not about suppressing who we are, it's about elevating who we are. So I call it the Caribbean EQ framework. Here it is: self awareness. It's understanding our emotional triggers. It's knowing how our tone lands in multicultural spaces. And it's recognizing when urgency becomes intensity. Self regulation. It is responding instead of reacting. It's managing frustration, cultural directness, and inherited communication habits. It's choosing clarity over volume. Then there is social awareness. This is learning to read the room, understanding cultural nuances in Western workplaces, and recognizing when our tone is being misinterpreted. And then finally, relational intelligence. It's building trust, communicating with clarity, not intensity, and leading with presence, not pressure. Here are some practical steps to help us Caribbean leaders. Let's pause before responding. 2, let's ask clarifying questions. 3. Let's replace intensity with intentionality. 4. Let's practice checking our tone. 5. Let's use empathy as a leadership tool. 6. Let's build emotional vocabulary. And 7. Slow down your pace to increase your influence. Leaders, if this message is resonating with you, if you're seeing yourself in this conversation, go ahead and like this video. It helps YouTube send this to more Caribbean leaders who need this clarity. And if you want more content like this, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a session. The scripture reminds us, be slow to speak, slow to anger. Emotional intelligence is not just a leadership skill. I call it a spiritual discipline. Oh, and before you go, I want to invite you to download my free resource for Caribbean leaders. It's designed to help you build emotional clarity, strengthen your leadership voice, and lead with confidence in any room. Go ahead and look for it in the description below. Caribbean leaders don't need to shrink. We need to evolve. Emotional intelligence is our competitive advantage. Master it, and your influence multiplies.